Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're going to completely demystify the black box of AI, and we're going to shift you from being a frustrated novice to an absolute pro at prompt engineering. Because let's be real, if you use AI on a daily basis, you absolutely know that feeling. You stare at a blank chat box, you type something in hoping for magic, and you just end up deeply disappointed. Well, today, we're fixing that for good.
Now, you might be wondering why the same AI seems brilliant to some people, but totally useless to others. You've probably hit a wall where you just get this generic marketing fluff back. But here's the absolutely crucial point. The tool isn't broken. Your instructions are. It's literally the exact same underlying model, producing mind-blowing professional-grade output for one person and absolute garbage for another. The only variable that's changing, it's the human steering the wheel.
Just look at this comparison. On one hand, we have a bad prompt. Something like, write something about our product. Contrast that with a steered prompt. You are a senior B2B copywriter, write a 2-sentence LinkedIn ad for our SaaS. It brilliantly illustrates the difference. With the bad prompt, you're forcing the AI to just guess the length, the tone, the audience, the whole shebang. But with the steered prompt, you're leaving absolutely nothing to chance. You're boxing the AI into a specific corner where it literally can only succeed. Here is our agenda for today. 1. Why your prompts fail. 2. How AI actually thinks. 3. Core prompting techniques. 4. Advanced AI strategies. And 5. Speed and workflow hacks. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. Why your prompts fail. The missing instructions.
So let's reframe exactly what we're doing when we type into that chat box. Prompt engineering is basically programming in natural language. You're defining tasks, roles, formats, and constraints rather than using code like Python or Java. Because remember, AI models don't have a built-in task list. You are essentially programming in everyday English to get a meaningful result. You really need to stop thinking of the AI as a magic search engine and start treating it like a computer that responds to a brand new programming language. You might not be writing Python, but you are absolutely still coding. You have to define the parameters.
Moving on to Section 2. How AI actually thinks. The prediction engine.
To get the absolute best results, we really need to dip below the surface here. An LLM, or large language model, is simply a text prediction model that takes input tokens and predicts the most likely next text in a sequence. The really fascinating truth here is realizing the AI doesn't possess a reasoning brain at all. It is simply predicting what text you expect to see next based on its massive training data. At its core, it's like the world's most advanced autocorrect. It doesn't think in the human sense, it calculates probabilities. Once you grasp that, you realize exactly why you need hyper-specific context to narrow down those probabilities.
Which brings us to the illusion of memory. LLMs have absolutely no inherent memory. The software interface actually injects your past conversation into an invisible context backpack. So look, if you think the AI remembers you, it doesn't. The user interface is just silently jamming all your previous chat history into the prompt before the LLM ever even sees it. Every single time you hit enter, the software packs this invisible backpack with everything you've said previously. Actually, if you start a brand new chat, that backpack is completely empty and the AI knows absolutely nothing about you.
All right, Section 3, Core Prompting Techniques, Foundational Methods. Now that we know we're steering a prediction engine, let's equip your tool belt with some foundational methods. There are 4 core elements you need: role, audience, tone, and format. Listen, if you always include a role, an audience, a tone, and a format, you are almost guaranteed to stop getting that generic fluff and start getting usable outputs. It's a real game changer. Ask yourself before you hit enter, did I tell it who to act as? Did I tell it who will read this? Master these 4 and you're instantly in the top 10% of AI users.
Take a look at this table on few-shot prompting. You've got user feedback on one side and the output ticket title on the other. This brilliantly illustrates how giving the model a few input and output examples allows it to instantly replicate your exact pattern. These models are basically geniuses at pattern recognition. So, if you want a specific output, don't just describe the format, show it. Give the AI 2 or 3 examples of what perfect looks like, and it'll lock onto that pattern for sure.
Next up is the power of negative constraints. Things like keep under 300 words, no slang or humor, do not apologize. Often, telling the AI what not to do restricts its prediction pathways and steers it directly to the point. Ever ask an AI to write an email and it starts with, "I hope this email finds you well." Yeah, we've all been there. It does that because statistically, that's what's in its training data. By adding negative constraints, you are effectively pruning the branches of its decision tree, forcing it into a much tighter response.
Then we have interview-style prompting. Instead of just guessing what context the model needs, you use this highly underrated step-by-step technique. You literally state your goal, tell the AI to interview you, answer the questions, and then it generates the output. Let the AI ask you for the details it actually requires. It instantly turns the AI into an incredible consultant, pulling details out of your brain that you'd never think to include in a single prompt.
Let's move on to Section 4, Advanced AI Strategies, Developer-Level Control.
Let's elevate this explainer to the masterclass level. We have system prompts, which are always on background rules hidden from the user. And then we have user prompts, the specific daily task given by the user. System prompts set the overarching identity and boundaries of the AI, while user prompts just build upon that established context. Think of the system prompt as the underlying operating system that it reads every single time before it even looks at your daily prompt.
Next is prompt chaining. Rather than dumping 100 tasks into one totally chaotic prompt, you chain them together sequentially. Step 1, generate an outline. Step 2, verify it. Step 3, expand into a draft. You get the idea. This way, you can verify each step before moving to the next. If you ask an AI to do all of that at once, it's going to fail. It'll completely lose the plot. But by chaining these prompts, you maintain absolute quality control.
Now, let's talk about temperature. Low temperature is highly deterministic and repeatable. High temperature is non-deterministic, creative, and random. If you ever use an API, remember that adjusting the temperature controls the AI's deterministic. It literally dictates whether it acts like a strict, rigid calculator or a wild, creative brainstorming partner. If you need data analysis, keep that temperature close to 0. Trying to brainstorm crazy marketing ideas? Crank that temperature right up.
Here's a really cool trick: self-evaluation. You can ask the model to score its own drafts and suggest a single improvement, but you have to fool it by starting a brand new thread. If you don't do it in a fresh chat session, it'll just blindly praise its own prior work. Because you're in a fresh context window, the AI has no idea it wrote the text, so it will ruthlessly edit it and give you some truly amazing feedback.
Finally, Section 5, Speed and Workflow Hacks. Boost your workflow. Let's tackle the biggest reason people write bad prompts.
And that reason is pure laziness. Typing out all these constraints, roles, and formats just takes way too much time. The average person types about 40 words per minute, but you can casually speak over 160 words per minute. Let's be honest, if a great prompt takes 300 words to establish the right context, most of us just aren't going to type it all out. We're going to get lazy, write a 10-word prompt, and settle for mediocre output. The solution? Stop typing. Start speaking. Dictation tools like WhisperFlow automatically format bullet points, remove stutters, and let you bypass all that friction. By simply dictating in natural language, your productivity will absolutely skyrocket. You can instantly provide massive, detailed context without lifting a single finger. These tools listen right through your ums and ahs, format everything perfectly, and drop a structured prompt right into your chat box. When typing friction is gone, you naturally provide the deep context the AI is really craving. So, here's the ultimate question. Will you keep settling for generic AI guesses, or will you take control and start programming in natural language today? Because at the end of the day, the only difference between a brilliant AI and a completely useless one is the person steering it. The tools are ready and waiting. Are you going to keep treating AI like a magic 8-ball, or are you going to start treating it like the incredibly powerful reasoning engine it actually is? Thanks for joining me on this explainer. Now go out there and take control.